Hey guys, what's up? It's Carlos. Now today, I, I got probably not gonna lie, like one of the most eventful story times that's gonna be on this YouTube channel. I mean, there's one that tops this story time, but I can't tell that for a while. And honestly, I just think this was pretty crazy, and definitely like not how I would normally act. So if you guys find this interesting, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get straight into it.
When you put it like that, like that, like that, like that, you right.
So this story time takes place yesterday, actually. So I'm like fucking tired. Like, how do I explain? Like when you at like when you do a test. Yeah, test. Let's put it like that. When you finish a test, you're just like, thank God it's over. Like that type of feeling. It's just like that. So I'm just there like I did actually take a test that day, I'm pretty sure. I think I did a redo or something. But yeah, I'm just like, thank God. I'm done. No. We had to do like some field day shit. Oh yeah, that was actually weird too. So like fucking like period what, like lunch period, like all eighth graders got to eat lunch together. It was pretty sick. I was with all the homies, bro. It was like hella sick. And then after that, I just come back and we watched like some dodgeball game. Bro, my friend's team kicked actual ass, bro. They went completely flawless. Like bro, how do you get that good of a team? Like bro, it wasn't like the best players were on the other teams, but they still like clapped the whole entire game. They went flawless. So yeah, shout out to your guys' class. You know who you are. Honestly, badass performance, 10 out of 10. But anyways, so after that, it was the field day shit, right? And and at first it was pretty fun. It was like, oh hey, we get like an ice cream bar. It's like uncrustable sandwiches. There's some milk out which you can drink too. And they're passing out like waters and stuff. And I think they had like hot Cheetos too. And we were just all like, oh yeah, this is pretty sick. But after like 5 minutes, like the hot Cheetos ran out, and I think the water ran out, which just started something, bro. Like, bro, it started like a fucking water war. Like people started fighting over water in some sections, not all of them, but like some sections near like the backish area of like our field day perimeter. Like, bro, there was definitely kids like fighting over water. Bro, me and the boys just drank milk the whole time. I think I drank like 2 cartons. Still can't shit right. I don't know what the hell they put in that, but I can't shit right for now. Anyways, getting off track, back to the story time. So, at some point, we have like this parkour fucking inflatable thing, right? And long story short, right, like a ton of kids storm it. I wasn't there, so I was like volunteering to put chairs away and shit. But bro, my friend told me, and most people I knew who went on there nicknamed it Astro World, bro. It was that bad. Like nobody could move. Everybody was stuck, and honestly, it's actually a pretty fun obstacle course though. When there's only like 4 people on it, for fuck's sakes. Like bro, there's like the high point. I dolphin dived off that like 5 times. I was sick as hell. If you ever get the opportunity to dolphin dive off of an inflatable onto another inflatable, do it. It is so fun. But anyways, getting off track again. So, field day starts becoming kind of ass. So we're just like there in the sun drinking fucking milk. And I like an Uncrustable. It was weird, man. It was like a weird Uncrustable. Got no clue what the hell they put in that shit. But anyways, so while I'm eating, right, everybody's like, "No, fuck the Uncrustables." I make like some fucking doo doo joke out of the peanut butter. And yeah, we go inside where like all the fuckers are just playing Smash Bros. The whole time, and I'm just like sitting in the back, chilling. Like it smells like bitch in here, bro. I love that part. It smells like bitch in here. Anyways, so after that, bell rings. I tell everybody I fucking hate them because honestly, I do. And I walk out of school, and I'm like tired. I'm like, bro, I'm not dealing with anybody's shit from now on. Even though it's like near the end of the year for us. Like, I'm not dealing with anyone's shit, like, dead ass. So, it's just like, man, bro. I've been dealing with this shit the whole entire year. Like, some fucking Filipino kid, like, trying to act tough, saying goofy, And I'm just like, bro. Can't believe I've been, like, putting up with all this shit. So, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm not putting up with any of this shit anymore. I'm just thinking that while I go home, by in Arizona, continue walking, and I eventually reach my house. It takes me like an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm just there. I'm like, oh, bet I'm fucking home. And at that point, I take a shower, get ready, because my friend actually invited me to his school's 8th grade dance, right? And yeah, so I'm just get ready, got the swag on, got the moves like Jaguar. And then at that point, he's like there. He's like, "Yo, what's up, retard?" I'm like, "What's up, fucking bitch ass? Smells like bitch in here." No, I didn't say that one, but still, yeah, we fucking slapped each other up, and yeah, we rode there. His dog was being nice and chill, bro. I got to pet that little motherfucker. He is a little cool dog. Anyway, so we get to his school, right? And at that point, we're waiting for another one of my friends that goes to that school. Or our friend, my bad. Communism. Anyways. So we're just waiting, right? And we meet this kid, right? I have his number now. So if you're watching this, you know exactly what happened. But yeah, so there was this one kid just sitting there. He came in what was it, after us, and he goes up to like the gate. He's like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" I'm like, "Yo, what up?" We just like fucking slap each other up, all three of us. And then he tries making his way to the gate, and they pulled the most bullshit thing. You want to know what they're doing? If you have like a bad citizenship grade, you can't go in. And like, I've been to one of his school dances before, so I got in like the first time around. But they must have realized. Oh yes, somebody told me that was there, but they said like, some high schoolers actually snuck in the last time and like caused some chaos. And yeah, so now they were like checking, and they had a good excuse because they could just check your grades on like a sheet of paper. So at that point, I'm like, fuck. He's like, "Yeah, man, you're not from the school, huh?" And I'm like, "Nope, not at all, sir." And then he's like, "Yeah, good luck getting in, man." And I'm like, "Thanks, man." That's real fucking yeah, that's some good confidence there. Anyways, so I'm just waiting. Eventually our friend comes along and I slap him up. So does my other friend. And then at that point we all start to walk in, right? And one by one, everybody gets checked until me. I'm last, right? And keep in mind, I'm not from that school. I'm from a completely different district altogether. So I'm just there, and she's like, "Weird, I can't find you on our roster, Mr. Carlos." I actually used the name Carlos for that, so I don't know. I should have asked if there was like a Carlos I could pretend to be or something. I don't know. She's like, "Weird, I can't find you on here, Mr. Carlos. What's your last name?" And I spell it out for her and just tell her. And at that point, she's like, yeah, weird. I can't find you on our roster. Let's get our security guard up here just to see, you know? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, for sure. At this point, I'm like, God damn it. What do I do? Like, I'm thinking in my head. And then, as my quick thinking goes, I get a good idea. All right, here's my thought. I'm going to say I'm a transfer student. I got there, like, right before the tickets were about to be sold out. Bought them, but they didn't give me, like, any online resources, right? So, like, boom, I'm set. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. So the security guard comes along and he's like, hey, are you from the school and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, for sure, I am. And they keep checking the list and shit. And then he's like, all right, well, I'll check Power School on my phone. He realizes it doesn't work. He's like, okay, come up with me to the front office. And at that point, like, bro, my homies look at me. I look at them. I'm like, uh-oh. So I start doing the walk of shame up there, just knowing I'm about to get caught. So I get in, right? And the office lady's like, all right, first and last name. I tell her, and then she's like, weird, I can't find you on here. Are you sure you're a member of the school? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I transferred here recently, like really recently. She's like, really? How recently? And I said, like, a few days ago. And she's like, oh, because we can't find you on any of our online resources. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably because I transferred here really quickly. And she's like, yeah, well, I mean, it's weird that I can't find you on here. And I'm just trying to defuse the situation. I'm trying to play it off like, listen, could I just go in? Like, my friends are out there and stuff. And she's like, yeah, yeah, as soon as we get to the bottom of this. So, long story short, after a few minutes, she's like, yeah, we don't think you're a student here. And, yeah, which district did you come from? And my stupid ass actually said, like, the right district I was from. Like, there's, like, a district right next to mine that I could have said I was from. But no, my goofy ass decided to say that one. So she's like, huh, that's pretty far off, right? I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, all right, well, there's nothing more for you here. So, you know, just, like, go outside, I guess. I don't know. But you can't be in the school since we don't have, like, legal stuff with you. And I'm like, all right, all right. So we go outside, and then finally the security guard gives me this look, and he's like, all right, tell me the truth. Are you really from this school? And I know, like, I'm completely busted, so I'm like, nah, I'm not from the school. And he's like, I knew something was up. He's like, well, yeah, man, just like she said, we don't have, like, legal custody and insurance crap, so, you know, we can't have you here. I'm like, damn. And he's like, language, but yeah, dang, you can't get in. I'm like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do now? He's like, I don't know, you're gonna have to figure that one out, but yeah, good luck. And I could tell he was gonna say something stupid like, oh yeah, don't get kidnapped. Bro, if he said something stupid like that, I would have knocked him out right there. But in all seriousness, though, he leaves, and my friends aren't there anymore because they already went inside. But that one kid is still out there. He's like, what happened? And I just say, busted. And he's like, oh, yeah, I had a feeling. And I'm like, yeah, it was going to happen eventually, man. He's like, yeah, well, come here once. Somebody else is going to fuck it up. I'm like, yeah, for sure, man. And I'm like kind of pissed off at the school. So I'm like, really, like, come on, I wanted to be there. So then I'm there, right? And at that point, I get the bright idea because my friend was like, nah, like, I only brought like enough for like, what, 2 Arizonas. And he's like, nah, take some money. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, take some money. I'm like, all right, well, if you insist, man. It didn't go smoothly as that. I kept saying no, but eventually I gave in and said, yeah, sure. So, long story short, I get the bright idea. I'm like, wait a minute. I could use this money to go buy eggs. And as soon as I said eggs, he's like, oh, you're going to do that? And I'm like, yep. Got to get revenge somehow, am I right? And he says, justice, man, justice. He's like, hey, I'll go with you. I might even do it with you. I'm like, all right, for sure, for sure. So, long story short, right? We start walking to the nearby store. We buy 2 cartons of eggs. And you're going to see later, that was like a really big waste of money. So, long story short, right? We do that, and we start walking back, and we see some kids. And, bro, this guy, like, he's chill, but, like, he needs to kind of learn how to keep his mouth shut, man. Because he's like, yo, we're about to egg the school. Just shit like that. And he's like, luckily, these 2 kids were chill. Like, most of the kids there were chill. So they were like, really? We just finished doing it. And then he's like, you got eggs in there? I'm like, yeah. And I'm holding the bag, so I'm like, yeah, I have some. I have like 2 cartons worth. He's like, damn, you must really hate this school. I'm like, yeah. He's like, why don't we go with you? We'll throw some too. And we're like, yeah, for sure. And during the walk, we're like trying to figure out how to make up like excuses and shit. And yeah, we're just thinking like, who should we blame it on? Like last case scenario type shit. And ultimately we decided to just blame it on nearby high schoolers because they have a history of doing it. Right? So I'm just there, right? I'm just like, all right, sick. So we got someone to blame it on. And they're like, yeah, for sure, for sure. And we're just like, all right, well, let's just get like the right angle and stuff and do it. And then as we're walking around the school, there's like this gate part, and I see my homies, like all 3 or 4. I don't remember how many were there, because I couldn't really tell who it was. You'll see why in a few seconds. They start walking up to the gate, right? And there's these 2 girls there, right? And I'm like, all right, sweet, maybe they'll let us in and stuff. And maybe we could do stuff from the inside, or we could just leave the eggs somewhere and just enjoy the party or something. I don't know. But then the principal comes out, and I'm pretty sure, if she was actually the principal, she's like, hey, you can't be, what are you doing near the gate? And my friends, my homies from the other side, they almost got busted too. So they're like, oh, we were just going to say hi to one of her friends outside. And then she looks at me and she says, go on, scram. I'm like, fuck. And she gives me a look like she heard me say fuck. And we just continue walking on. Eventually we reach like the other side of like some basketball court, right? And then we're just like, let's just vibe here for a little. Because one of them had like some food with him and he wanted to eat it. So he's like, all right, I'm going to eat it real quick and just enjoy it while it's here, And we're all like, yeah, for sure, for sure. So we just take like a quick break. I'm like in the park. There's like some girls there, like a mom and her kid. And here's the funny thing. I can make this into a story time itself. I can make like half the things here into a story time itself. But long story short, right? Like, there's a fucking condom in the park. And the guy from the very start, not one of my homies, but he's like, is that a condom wrapper? Because like the little package at first, I'm like, yeah, I think it is. Where do you think the condoms sit at? And he's like, probably in the trash, to be honest. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. But then I look to the ground and I just see a condom. And needless to say, it's been used. So I'm just like, oh shit, look at that. He's like, oh damn, that's definitely used, all right. like, yeah, man. Yeah, very used. I don't know what else to say. So, and he's like, yeah, well, just, I don't know. People be horny nowadays. I'm like, for real, dog. So we go back to the other kids. We just watch some other kids play fucking basketball. And then we go to like near the front of the school, right? And I'm still with the eggs. And at that point we meet like a bigger group of kids. They're not thinking about egging or anything. But they're just there like, hey, what's up? We're just like vibing here. And I'm just like, yeah, for sure, for sure. So we're just vibing, right? And then after that, we just, I don't know, we're just talking for a while. And then all of a sudden, I see like the fucking original lady from like the front. And she'll definitely recognize me because, I don't know, she looks like a woman that would have like good memory. And I swear to God, if any of you fucking homo Twitter motherfuckers cancel me on that, I will actually fine you. Send like 20 pizzas to your house. No cap, no cap. Anyway, so I'm just there and I'm like, oh shit, she's coming. Everybody else looks and they're all like, oh yeah, she is. And then they realize I have the eggs and they're all like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. You have the eggs. I'm like, oh shit, I do. I completely forgot. And they're like, yeah, get the fuck out of here before you fucking die. I'm like, yeah. So I fucking, like, I quickly rush away. And then I start getting curious because they're talking over there. So I fucking, like, Call of Duty crouch my ass over there. And I'm just there, right? And I'm just watching. And it doesn't look like anything bad's really happening until she starts looking back at us, right? And I mean, not us, me. She's looking back at me, right? And I realize she sees me. Like, if not, then she, like, senses her being watched. So I'm like, oh, damn. So I quickly crouch under. And I'm like, thank God I took wrestling, bro. If not, I would not be able to pull this off. So I'm just continuing to do my thing, just watch. She leaves. I come back, and I'm like, yo, what happened? And they're pretty much all like, yeah, so basically she's like, I hope you guys aren't doing anything with eggs and just shit like that. And they're like, no, we're not. We're just like talking shit. And yeah, everybody's just there. And they're like, shit, that was like a big bullet dodged. I'm like, yeah, that was a really huge fucking bullet I just dodged right there. They're like, yeah, I'm fucking lucky you, man. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then they also told me about something else that's story time worthy. I feel like there's like too many story times compiled in this shit. So yeah. At that point, I'm just like, well, damn, it's around when the party's about to end. I'm like, I still haven't gotten my revenge on the school. And they're like, yeah, you're right. You actually didn't yet. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? Are you guys gonna come with? And they're like, nah, we're staying back. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna solo this, yeah. And they're like, yeah, for sure. Good luck, man. And I'm like, thanks, man. And at that point, the guy that's there, like the guy from the start, he's like, yo, can I get your number before you leave? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So we exchange contacts, and I leave. And I'm like, shit, I can't carry a lot of eggs on me. If I carry them in my jeans pockets, it'll probably crack under pressure, since I have my phone and shit in there. So I have like 2 pockets on my suit thing, not like an actual suit, but like a long sleeve shirt. So I use the 2 pockets, and I carried 3 eggs, and then the rest I just like crush near a power thing. And long story short, right, I am starting to walk to the other side of the school. I double check that there aren't people, and I throw them. I threw one like dangerously near the power shit, so like I could have fucking like exploded and died right there. I threw another like over the roof, and then I threw another on the roof. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, that's my revenge. And I leave. At that point, I'm just like, I'm satisfied. And then I see my two homies, right? And they start running up to me. I start running up to them. And at that point, we just like fucking... Fuck, I am really tired right now. Anyways, we just start slapping each other up. And we're like, yo, what's up? What's up? And at that point, we just fuck around for the rest of the night. My phone dies. My mom tries calling me, but my phone dies. I have to end up buying a charger. I have to ask one of my homies to buy a charger for me. They're like, don't worry, I got you. And then I call up my mom, and I'm like, and I let her know when I'm leaving and shit. And then at that point, nothing like too memorable happened after. I mean, there was like chill chat cashiers, but other than that, just like not much. But we did make like some fucking unearthly concoction. Like, bro, we made something out of milk, and the milk was crusty, bro. Like, how the hell do you get milk to be crusty? We got no clue, but we managed to do it somehow. So, yeah. That's actually going to be in my YouTube shorts, because I do have a video of it. And, yeah. So, if you see the YouTube shorts going along the lines of chug, 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 chug it, then, you know, it derives directly from the story time. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. And, real quick, sorry I haven't been uploading in a little while. I don't know, I've been trying to, like, kind of work on music. It's, like, really ass right now. I'm just trying to improve right now. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. And, yeah, this has been Carlos. I'm too tired to say anything else. So, I'm going to go pass out on my bed. And, peace.
Straight, my boss is a fucking bitch. Matter of fact, you can tell that hoe I fucking quit. I just got $1 for a raise. What the fuck is this? I can make more money on the train doing fucking flips. Barely got enough to go and break, eat some fucking chips. And you always wonder why I'm late for my fucking shift. I don't smile enough, I know. My shirt's never tucked, I know. You should write me up, I don't give a fuck about emails, about retail. When I'm not at work and I'm not clocked in, you can spare me them details. Don't care about your point of sale, I'ma be a rapper.